Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Millspouse Conversations, the Tea, where you have me. It's just me today, y'all, the lovely, fabulous Sybil. Yeah, How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? And today, y'all, we are going to be talking about, or I am going to be talking about self care during PCS season. Now, I am trying to be a little quiet because as you look behind me, you may think, where the heck is Sybil at? Well, y'all, I'm at the library. Yes, I am traveling. I'm not PCSing, but I am doing a lot of traveling this summer, and I am currently in the U.S. in the fabulous, wonderful state of Tennessee. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, woo! Rocky Top, Tennessee. I am in my hometown of Rockwood. I'm going to give Rockwood a shout out. Hey, Rockwood, all my lovely family and friends in Rockwood, Tennessee. I am in town for a few more days. Hold on, I'm trying to check my phone over here to make sure that I'm good to go. I am. All right. But while I am here, I'm going to get to the topic, okay, which is PCSing, self-care during PCS. Hey, Miss Dree, how you doing, girl? Look, I am pumped and I am ready to go. I am trying not to be super loud, but it's all good. All right, so let me tell y'all. Before I dig deep in today's conversation, because I'm all about self-care, especially during PCS season, I want to do a little throwback for y'all because, again, I'm at the library in the, I cannot say the word right, where you keep all the old stuff, right? So let me show y'all this throwback picture. This is me right here in the third grade, y'all. I still look the same, don't I? I mean, they made me kind of dark. But this is me in the third grade for Halloween. I was a witch. And then here's my class picture. I had the big old poof balls on side of my head for ponytails. Yes. And I could not find my yearbook for my senior year, class of 95, but I did find a picture of me as a high school junior. Look. Oh, that's me. Oh, that's me as a junior. Yes, I was 16, and hey, I think I looked the same for the most part. Hadn't aged at all. Because, black don't crack. I said it. But anywho, let me focus. Oh, I can't even say anything to Pamela Roddy over here talking about me about not quitting my day job, trying to sing. I'll let you slide because she is one of our Buy Me a Coffee supporters. Thank you so much, Pamela. So I'll let you slide on this one. You can talk about me today, but we're going out to dinner too. Beyond you being a Buy Me a Coffee supporter here at Millspouse Conversations, I think you should treat the host and your daughter to dinner tonight. Just saying. All right. So let me focus, because y'all know I am wild and free. And since the other conversation starters are on vacation or sick or doing whatever it is they doing, but you know what? It's all good because here at Millspouse Conversations, we are real and we all have things that happen in life, right? Just like things happen to you during your everyday life, things happen with our conversation starters. So, and because I'm here alone today, y'all know I'm gonna be extra rogue. I have no one telling me, be focused, Sybil. Focus, Sybil. I'm just gonna do my thing. But before we get there, let me pause and give a big shout out and thank you to our sponsor, USAA. Did you know that USAA has a military spouse hub? Yes, y'all. Get all of your resources right there at USAA's Military Spouse Resource Hub. So go to www.usaa.com/military spouse. They have resources there for you about PCSing. You can print out a PCS checklist. They have things about POAs, power of attorneys. If you don't know what POA is, they got you. Okay, not only about insurance and banking, right? They are here to support you in every aspect. Oh, look, Grace talking about focus, Sybil. Grace, girl, you can't make me focus today. Okay. Oh, Dree, let me go back up to your comment. Yes, go ahead, girl. Dance with me. You want to dance? I'll play some music. We can dance. We can dance. We can dance. Like to dance. All right. So, what does PCS stand for? PCS stands for Permanent Change of Station. So, for our non military members or even those who are in the military may not know this, it means when you pack up your stuff and you move to another state, country. Sometimes, depending, it may be within the same. I'm trying to think of a. Um, it can happen in DC, right? You can be stationed at the Pentagon and then turn around and get orders to Fort Belvoir. You may not necessarily pack your entire household up and move, but your active duty members' workplace, there where they go to work every day, does change. So that is their. Sorry, I'm. Somebody just walked by the door in the library. They know I'm in here. I did get permission, but that is your change, your permanent change of station. But when we think of PCS, PCA, that's the PCA. Oh, see, thank you, Grace. Thank you, Grace. PCA. See, Grace always got my back. Always got my. Thank you, girlfriend. You know what? Grace is going to do next week's episode alone, and she's going to talk to you about PCAs. Just joking, Grace. Just joking, kind of, sort of. But you have to take care of yourself during PCS season. This is a big time right now. A lot of families are moving. And how do I take care of myself? How do I practice self care during PCS season? Nishita, are you coming today? Are you showing up? Come on. You can be tardy to the party. Sorry, Nishita. Yeah, I just called her out. Hey, Nishita. So I tell everyone that they never want to take my advice when it comes to PCSing. All right. I know you have people who have binders, they start planning months in advance for their move. That's not me. You want to This is me, literally. 3 days before the movers come, I'm like, "Oh, snap. I guess I need to get my life together." Right? And I'm not even a mad woman in the house during that time period. I am super lax because my motto when it comes to moving, if I haven't used it since I've been here, throw it in the trash. Okay. But again, you may not really want to listen to me because I just go with the flow. But how do I practice self care during a PCS? I ensure that I carve out. I talk about me time a lot, and that me time is a minimum of 15 minutes per day. That is about me. I have a mug that says, "Shh, it's me time." And everyone in my house knows, don't talk to me. Don't ask me crap diddly. During that 15 minutes, it's 15 minutes of silence. But I extend that, well, I extend it more than 15 minutes regardless, but especially during PCS season. I take long periods of time to just sit and relax alone. Let me see what Nishita said here. I'm a year out. Yeah. Yeah. Now I get the itch to move, but when it's time to actually do it, I'm just chilling, relaxing, and then I'll just throw it all away. But I also one of my most important ways of practice self-care during PCS season is I take time to visit with people I have met at that duty station. I don't just focus on the ripping and running of preparing to move. I take that time and it helps me by meeting up with friends that I have met at those duty stations to go out to lunch to just get my mind off of all the craziness that comes with moving. I know a lot of people before PCS season they research day in and day out their new location. I do a little bit of research, but as the time gets closer, I back away. Why? Because all I'm doing is bombarding the little bit of brain cells that I have left, and I'm working myself up of fears and being nervous and feeling like I have to meet a particular expectation before I even arrive. So I do my research a few months prior to, but as the time gets closer, like the within 2 weeks of the PCS, I'm not looking up anything on any Facebook groups about the upcoming duty station. Why? Because I need to protect my mind from whatever craziness may be going on. What initiative? That's just sweet. Meeting up with friends. I'm locked in till PCS day. Nah, I have to step away from doing anything that requires me to think about PCSing. Like last week during the show, I said one of my ways that I practice self-care is being with friends, with talking with friends, with surrounding myself with people who are going to fuel my energy, my sanity. I'm the total opposite from someone. I'm more like, see, because Grace, you and Nishita are planners. Girl, look, I wing it. I wing it. I'm like, yeah, throw that away. But what about when you arrive to your new duty station and how do you practice self care then? Same thing. For me, it's getting out with my family, going out, seeing some sights, checking out the new restaurants because I likes to eat. I don't go in, you plan is to see, that's right. Like we plan in our mind, right? We have the plan in our mind, but it just doesn't really it doesn't really go into action until about 3 days before. So when we moved to Bahrain this last summer, um, funny story, our movers contacted us and said, "We'll be there in 2 days." I'm like, "In 2 days? Nah, you'll be here in 2 weeks." They're like, "Oh," I'm like, "You know what? It's fine. Come on." So I just went in the room. I went in my kitchen. I was like, "All right, what am I taking? What am I not taking?" And I just separated things out. Boom, 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 boom. If I hadn't used something in a while, pots, pans, whatever it was in the kitchen, I just threw it away. Literally, just threw it away. Now, some of you are going to yell at me for this. I practice self care by doing this as well when it comes to PCS season. I know a lot of times you see on the Facebook groups where it's like, I have this. Does anyone want to buy it? Or I'm giving it away. Look, I throw it away. I'll ask a friend if they want it first. It's not my condiments. It's, if they're open condiments, they're going in the trash. But if I have cleaning supplies, I will ask a friend if they want it. If they want it, all right, bet. I'm going to mess with my friend Angela here. Allows her to be. Yes, Angela. My entire planner was packed by the movers. I was like, where's my planner? Hey, I did get it eventually, but I'm going to pick on Angela. So when we were in San Diego, I had, this cleaning, all these cleaning supplies. I'm like, hey, Angela, I have extra cleaning supplies. Can't take them with me. You want them? Yeah. Okay. She came over. She got what she wanted. What she didn't want, I did ask a couple other people, like my neighbors. I'm like, they're on my porch. Come get them. If you don't want them, fine. They're going in the trash. I was not posting on the neighborhood Facebook group, hey, do you want this? That is me practicing my self-care because you are not stressing me out when I'm trying to move. So no, 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 no. Now, once we arrive to the new duty station, like I said, we go. Okay, we unpack and have our house set up within 3 days after we move. My husband takes our bedroom and the kitchen, and I set up the living room and part of our bedroom. I go behind him and redo redo things. And then our kids, they set up their own bedrooms. But within 3 days, our house is set up and it's ready to go. But throughout that time, I am not stressing about things being perfect. It's, hey, I just need things to be in place so we can live comfortably. I think a lot of times when it comes to PCSing and where, as spouses, we stress ourselves out, it's because one, we want to be involved in everything as soon as we arrive. Let me tell you something. You need to get settled. And when I say you get settled, it may not be physically settled, but mentally settled to wherever you are living. What it, I post to say, I post to say everything will be outside by noon. No holds, no questions. Whatever's left by said time is going in the trash. It's going in the trash. Yes, Grace, in the trash. Okay, 1 second. Let me do a quick commercial break because I'm over here talking, just rambling, blah, 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 blah. And this little commercial is giving a shout out and thanks to our sponsor, USAA. So watch that and then give us some thumbs up, some hearts. Say thank you to USAA for supporting MillSpots Conversations. Drop that in the comment during this commercial. 1 second. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're back. I was dancing and about to get my lollipop on. Yes. Thank you, Angela. Thanks, USAA. And Nishita, I don't research and I don't get involved when I first get there. I need to ease into things. Yes, you need to ease into things. I do believe that as military spouses, we often feel like we have to jump in and be involved in every organization, every activity. No, sweetie, you don't. You don't. Sit back, relax, get settled, get your mind right, and then you can become active. Then you can get your kids into activities. The other part of self care is, I know you want your kids to have friends and be involved, but what about your friends? Like I said, self-care for me is having people to talk to. Is having people to do things with. That's not every day. Oh, sorry. I have popcorn in my planner. I don't know why. And see, Angela, I got a new planner. And I will not let the movers pack this one. But something else I want to talk about um, with self-care, with PCSing is, and this one hit me a little harder than I thought it would. Um, and it still hurts a little bit. It still hurts a little bit. Is realizing, so we just took our middle daughter to college, and realizing that she will never truly PCS with us again. And hush, Nishita and Grace and Angela. I can tell Angela to hush on this too. I did cry a little bit. I did show my emotions, Nishita, because I realized that PCSing for my family will never be the same. Now, again, I did say this was my second daughter that we've dropped off for college, but it hit differently because we are overseas. And for me, I'm like, I don't have this summer because my daughter, she graduated May 29th, but her classes for college started May 27th. So we literally hopped on a plane 2 days after graduation, got her to her university. I'm not going to tell y'all where she is. Y'all need to know where she is. Um, and she's there for their summer session. Um, and I'm like, this is her PCS. Like, she will never truly PCS with us again. And I had to I had to accept that as a mom, and and I will say this, because for any of you who may have a college student right now or even in the future, and if you're Oconus, which is living overseas and they're going to school back in the States, look, they can pack a suitcase of their clothes, and when you get back to the States, you can buy what they need for their dorm room there. There's no need, because that's what we did. Okay, our daughter was like, you have one suitcase, you have some clothes, we'll buy you new clothes when you get there, we'll get your dorm room set up when you get there. Now this child of mine, I'll need a for the summer, she's like, I just need the basics. But for the fall, her and her roommate have coordinated. So she'll go shopping for the fall for her dorm room. But I did not realize, because when we think of self-care, so like last week we were talking about thinking of self-care being about pampering and being about all this luxury, um, spending a lot of money. No, self care is really, for me, in this particular case with my daughter, and even for her, um, it was protecting our mind, like having our mind right for for that transition. Our oldest daughter, we were in the States, right? We were in San Diego. She did go to school out of the state, just like a lot of kids do. But this was, okay, my child is moving back to the US without us. And this is her final PCS. Like, she will never truly PCS with us again, even if she comes home for the summer. Which, by the way, has nothing to do with self care and PCS, and we'll circle back to that. Um, This is just Sybil, her mom, rambling on. Um, she will never have a summer with us again because of the program that she's in. So she will have a study abroad every summer, right? So her coming home will be for Christmas, and that's it. Um, but she will study abroad every year for the next 5 years. So 4 years, she'll study abroad every summer. And her fifth year of college, because it's a 5 year program, she will live abroad and study abroad. And I have been practicing my self care, which has been me just sitting quietly in my moment, in my corner, and letting the tears fall. I used to think if you had told me years ago that part of self care is allowing yourself to feel your emotions, I would have told you you were crazy. I'd have been like, what? No, no. But I have come to accept that is part of practicing self care. And even within PCSing, right? How many times, like, you love a place and then you move away from it? And it's okay to have those emotions that you are leaving a place that you love. Um, it's okay to miss the people that you have met and the friendships that you have made. It's also okay when you PCS to be happy that you're leaving because you didn't like the place and the people got on your nerves. I will tell you, there's no shame in my game in telling you this. Um, I have met some amazing people at every duty station, and I do miss them. Angela, I do miss you. Um, but there have also been people that I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Because they just got on my nerves. And that's okay. And wait a minute, what did Nishita say? You did tell me in your head I was crazy because I say that all the time, feeling your feelings. Yes, we really do have to normalize this. And yeah, I used to be like, Nishita, you crazy. Hush, girl. Leave me alone. But, that is practicing self care as well, right? Like feeling your feelings. And hush, Nishita, on this. But there are things that I had to learn. I had to learn how to feel my emotions as well as draw my emotions out. And I've always done this during PCS season, and I didn't think of it as self care. Um, and I do it pretty much every day now. Is I turn on some music. Music is part of self care. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I turn on my ratchet music and then I have church. I'm a little ratchet and a little holy, but both allow me to practice my self care, right? Music helps with mood. Music will boost your mood, it gets your body moving, which is good for self care. But I do have songs that pull out those emotions and allow me to cry and allow me to get on Voxer and talk to Nishita and be like, okay, I'll be back. And whenever I do that, it is literally me. I'm gonna cry for a moment, but I don't want you to hear me cry. Bianca, yes, I helped my husband, my boyfriend move and unpack. Yes, look, I'm gonna tell you about this whole unpacking and packing thing with PCSing. I know, and we'll have an episode about this because I'm curious to know from the conversation starters how many of you allow the packers to unpack for you. I'm gonna tell you right now, not me. I don't want you opening my boxes and just dumping everything in the middle of the floor. That's for me to do. That's what I do to my husband. I will open the box, give me the box cutter, and I will just dump it in the middle of the floor. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Yes, and you better not say anything about that. I'll be back. I'll be back. Let me cry. Let me feel my emotions. But during PCS season, step back, relax. You don't have to do everything in one day. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be there when you are going through a stressful time. You don't have to be there for other people, right? And during PCS season, I've done it numerous of times. Let your friends be there for you. I remember, and Angela may remember this too. And I did yell a little bit. Angela was like, "Hey, let me treat you to Starbucks." And I was like, "No." Well, she didn't want to take me to Starbucks. She wanted to bring me something from Starbucks. So she brought, because my husband was already in Bahrain. So I was doing this PCS alone. So she came over with all of our favorite drinks. And that was great. And then I was like, "Hey, sit down, let's talk." So I stopped what I was doing for a little bit to sit and have a conversation with a friend. We laughed, we had a lot of laughs, but that took my mind off of everything that I had to do to be prepared for the movers that were coming in 2 days. But that's regardless if you plan out a month in advance or you're like me and you wait to the last minute, right? You're going to be stressed. So continue doing the hobbies you enjoy doing, do enjoy that you enjoy doing even during PCS season. It's okay. Your life does not have to stop because you are PCSing. As a matter of fact, the things you love doing the most, you should probably do more of because they're your joy booster. So when I think of self-care, I think of things that bring me joy, things that make me happy during stressful times. And most of the time, that's me doing a little dance and talking to my friends. Oh, wait, what did she say? Yeah, Angela, Sybil's always said no. It's her favorite word. You know what, Nishita? You cause problems even when you're not even on the show. I can say no whenever I want to say no. No, but I am learning to say yes a little more. I am. I am. All right, folks. I know you were probably thinking that you were going to get something different with this episode about self care during PCS season. Hey, at Millspots Conversations, we don't think like everyone else. We think a little bit outside the box. So, to wrap it up, when you are going through a PCS, make sure you are still doing something that brings you joy every single day. No matter how stressed you are, do something that makes you happy every day during PCS season. If you are part of any organization on base, you volunteer your time, it may bring you joy. If it brings you joy, continue doing it. But if it's taking too much time during your PCS season, then you need to bow out earlier. And don't start um, being active in different organizations as soon as you arrive at your next duty station. Take time for you. Find things you enjoy doing. If you have kids, I know you want to get your kids in activities. You want to put them in swimming. You want to put them in sports. You want to find them friends. Honey, find yourself some friends first, okay? Trust me. Trust me. Alrighty, I'm out. I'm going to continue looking through these yearbooks. I need to find our senior book. But for those who are just tuning in, I'm at my hometown little public library in Tennessee. And this was me as a high school junior. I was 16 and still look the same. And this was me in 3rd grade, dressed as a witch. I think I was a witch because, y'all, let me tell y'all this real quick. This is off the subject, but I was I see the hat. So one year, a friend of the family dressed me up for Halloween. I thought I was Diana Ross. No, I was not Diana Ross. I was in 5th grade. My teacher found my purse. But I was like, I'm Diana Ross. No, I was not Diana Ross. But that's for the conversation, our private events that we host monthly, which this month, we were supposed to do one this month. It will be moved to July. Why? Because I am still traveling. So I am hopping on a plane next week. I will be in a new location, a new city. You never know where I'll show up. And we may have a pop-up conversation. But if you want to know where I'll be next, so you can join the conversation is our virtual and in-person events. Okay? I want y'all to understand that because y'all be confused. The T is our talk show that you're watching right now, but the conversation, we have a monthly virtual event where you get to come behind the scenes and chat with us. And we have in-person events called the conversation that are hosted by each of the conversation starters. Okay, they're hosted and led by the conversation starters, so you get to come in, sit with us face to face, and have a conversation about a topic and enjoy some food. But I may be hosting a pop-up event at my next location, but you got to pay attention to know where I will be. I'll just give you a little hint. It is in a location with a fellow conversation starter. So this could be interesting. Oh, yeah, you heard. Yeah, Dashita, you know about the about the Diana Ross story. Yeah. Mm, yes, if it brings you joy, keep doing it. Unless, great disclaimer, unless it's illegal, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, people, thank you for watching. Tune in. I'm going to continue talking about self-care during PCS season, and I'm going to give you some a little more in-depth tips and tricks because I was a little thrown off today that I was going to be here by myself, Nashida. I was ready. I was ready to have this conversation. Threw me off. So I was like, oh, snap. But I will just ramble. If y'all know me from Mamas and Coffee, y'all know I used to just do a live every day and talk because that's what I do. I actually joke about my gift of gab saving my life. So if you know, if you don't know, I'll tell you regardless. So I had a stroke April 17th of 2021 at my husband's farewell party. And the signs of a stroke, it's balance, eyes, focusing, face, the facial droop, arms, if you can lift your arms, which usually there's a drift, S, which is for speech, T, time, right? My eyes, that was a telltale sign. I was sitting down, so my balance vacancy, but my speech, when I was talking, they noticed the slur and I had a full facial droop, but the slur gave it away, my speech. So I'm like, you know what? I talk. Like talking saved my life and I will continue to talk. um, Although I will tell y'all this, I do um struggle with showing up for myself. I'm not going to say for others anymore because I'm now like, I do this. I do Mill Spouse conversations for me now. I do it for me, meaning um, working and building my confidence again in talking to people, right? Because a lot of times when I'm talking, I hear a slur. I won't say a lot of times, most of the time, all the time when I talk, I hear a slur. And there's often like a disconnect for me, right? Like it's the words are there, but they just don't want to come down. So it's like, okay, come on, it's spinning. Um, and then I find myself being very fearful of talking where it never bothered me before, right? I would go live, I would just hit live all the time or just talk to random people all the time and was perfectly comfortable with it. Whereas now I am terrified, right? So we're going to do an episode about anxiety. Um, and I will admit to y'all, when people used to talk about having anxiety before, I used to think, okay, you're anxious, you're nervous about public speaking or taking this test or going, somewhere alone or whatever, right? But it's going to subside in like 30 seconds, right? Um, I loved public speaking. And yeah, like for the first 30 seconds, I'd be a little nervous. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine. But now I am petrified to talk. Like talking to y'all right now, and that's why I just keep rambling on. I'm like, oh my gosh. But practice makes perfect, right? And the only way that I'm going to overcome this newfound fear from whatever the heck is going on is to continue talking. It's like, okay, I've got to show up, regardless if I'm rambling on, regardless if I'm slurring, regardless if there is a disconnect, just show up and keep talking. You have a message. I was talking to a lovely lady yesterday, and she said something to me that, you know what, I didn't like it because it punched me in my throat, although she wasn't talking about it she wasn't telling me that I needed to be better about it, but she was talking. Um, I was like, you know what? She just punched me in my throat. I ought to punch her in her nose. That's how I felt. That's how I felt yesterday. Cause I was like, oh, you punched me in my carotid artery, like, you punched me in my stent, that hurt, don't do that. But I did think about our conversation, and I'm like, "Sybil, regardless, you have a purpose, and you have a message to share with the world. Regardless of how scared you are, there's someone out there who will receive what you have what you have to share, right? um and I've always thought that prior to April 17th, right? I'm like, I'm not for everyone, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. The way that I deliver my message may not be received by everyone, but there's someone out there who appreciates my ramble or you know, my my squirrel moments. um and this again was all pre-stroke, right? um I did make sense. Listening to myself, I did make more sense in my head then than I do now, but everyone's like, no, 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 you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And when I watch these videos. I'm like, okay, Sybil, you were making sense. Just didn't seem like you were. But I'm like, everyone has an audience. There's an audience out there for everyone. And you just have to keep showing up. Yes, use the fear to fuel your fire. I heard a person say the other day, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I will be sipped. Yep. And that is, I've always felt that way, right? Nashida and I met years ago, and that was my thing, right? Love me or hate me, right? Um, you're going to receive my message or not. You may not like what I have to say. You may not like the way I deliver my message, and that's fine. But there is someone out there who does, and they will appreciate it. And I'm now trying to get that back in my head, right? Like, I know people say, get out of your head. But I'm like, no, I need to get back in my head. Everything pre-April 2021, I always was in my head. I said, Sybil, you're good. You got this. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And then I got out of my head and I allowed others to get in my head. Even those others were telling me, oh, Sybil, no, you're good. You're doing fine. You're doing great. Okay, I appreciate it. But all I kept hearing was, you're slurring your words. You're not making any sense, right? So now I'm back in my head saying, Sybil, you have a message to deliver, and you're going to deliver it in your own unique way. And I say all that. I said a lot. I probably talked way too long because I was wrapping it up, but that's okay. But in that whole ramble, I say that to say that here at Millspots Conversations, each of our conversation starters, we have our own unique stories, our own unique journeys, our own unique ways of delivering our message. Right? So we have something for everyone here at Millspots Conversations. Our conversation starters, there is someone that you will relate with. Okay? I love every last one of my conversation starters. I love I love y'all. This is like Mamas and Coffee Social Edition. Shut up, Nashida. But you know what? This is how Mamas and Coffee used to roll, right? Like, go live. PJs, headscarf, I had my coffee, whatever, let's talk. And I would just talk. And I will say this, and I'll go ahead and say this live, right? Millspots Conversations is a spinoff of Mamas and Coffee. And there are times that within Millspots Conversations, I get hung up on the time, right? Because I'm focusing on the time and like a time a time restraint. Where when I would do Mamas and Coffee, if I was on doing a live for 5 minutes, I was on a live doing for 5 minutes. If I was there for 3 hours, I was there for 3 hours, because whatever the message was, it was. But my whole point, Nashida, don't get me sidetracked. Each of my conversation starters, and it's 4 ladies. I love them. I love their uniqueness. I love their fearlessness, and I appreciate these ladies, which y'all know I don't be like I don't like to tell people my feelings, but I love and appreciate. They started out with me, and I had no clue what I was doing. I still trying to figure this out, right? But they have supported me on this journey every step of the way. After my stroke, they supported me through that journey every step of the way. Each of them came with support in unique ways, but they all have been there to support me. And they support this ideal of middle spouse conversations. And um, I'm not going to tear up, but what most people don't realize about middle spouse conversations, one is that middle spouse conversations is a business. We are a legitimate registered business. I know a lot of people think, oh, you have a Facebook group. Oh, you do lives on Facebook or on YouTube. I know it looks like, oh, you just go live, hit publish. No, there's a lot that goes on um, behind the scenes in building most boss conversations. Just like with doing events, there's a lot. Let me, I have to throw this up because I totally forgot and I'm almost at an hour, but this is, our banner Thinking USAA once again. This is our banner thanking our Buy Me a Coffee supporters, Pamela R., Addie W., Angela B., for their generous supportation. And their support, right? That is them supporting, and you can support Mill Spouse Conversations as well for as little as $5. And I'm going to throw, and I struggle with saying, hey, you want to support us? So you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Millspouse Convos. You can Cash App us or go straight to our website, and there's a link there for Buy Me a Coffee. But I know some of you may or may not see where there's a lot of talk about the unemployment in the mill spouse space because of the constant moving. I want to pay my conversation starters, and I'm currently paying my conversation starters, but it takes money to pay my conversation starters for their time of showing up, giving their time and their energy to this. So I'm saying that because I want to thank these ladies. These ladies, they volunteered their time. So Mill Spouse Conversations, we started in 2022. We were doing a little here and there in 20 and 21, but officially became a business in 22. But these ladies have given their time, their knowledge, um, their superpowers to me for free for 2.5 years. And I appreciate them for that. I tell them, I was giving them coffee money. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give y'all coffee money. As I can get money and I'll give y'all coffee money. But I want this to be a full-time opportunity for my conversation starters, as well as for myself. Yeah, I said it, right? I mean, um, so when you support, when you make that buy me a coffee supportation, it goes back into growing our mission here at Millspouse Conversations. And if you don't know what our mission is here at Millspouse Conversations, it is about bringing real and relatable conversations, community, and fun. And those real and relatable conversations are about life, not just military, not just about PCS, but life. But also, when we do talk about life, when we talk about military life scenarios, it is from our personal experience. We we are different. When I say we're different, we're different. We are different. And when you support us, it can be support through Buy Me a Coffee. It can be support by clicking share. It's supporting us by engaging with our content on Facebook, in our Facebook group, on YouTube, telling your FRGs, telling your neighbors, telling your family, military and non, about Millspouse Conversations. Our events, we do monthly virtual events where you come behind the scenes and chat with us via Zoom. Those are great opportunities because you get to talk directly with the conversation starters. And we lead our own event. So when you come to an event, when you sign up for, Texas, we'll use Texas, we'll pick on Grace. When you sign up for an event in Texas, you are coming to hear Grace speak. That's who's speaking. Our conversation starter, Grace. She is speaking. Not only is she speaking, as in presenting to you, you get to engage back with her. So, totally rambled. And when you're in Bahrain, you get me. But not only that, we will travel. If you have or you need speakers for an event, one of our team members, I can send one of our team members or all of us will come. We have Julie. She's not on today. Well, y'all know she's not on today. I'm on the only one on today. And we also have Anna. So there's 5 of us total. And when we're all 5 on together, ha ha ha, it's a party like you've never seen before. Why? Because we're all so different. We all have unique experiences with military, with parenting, with life. And, I've told y'all about my life as a stroke warrior. That when you get to know each of our conversation starters, you would be like, whoa, we all have lived life, but each of us, we still show up every day. We smile with you. We might cuss with you. We'll cry with you. I cry now, thanks to Nashida, making me cry. But anywho, I'm going to stop rambling on because I am rambling on. I'm going to eat this lollipop and I think I'm going to go. I've been trying to eat places that I can't get in Bahrain. I went and had me a Sonic corn dog yesterday, y'all. That Sonic corn dog was good. It was good. It was delicious. Yes, Angela. Thank you for your support, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you. I wonder if this will work. No, StreamYard won't work with the heart. Like it does with if I was just using the my computer camera, but it doesn't do it. Nashida, you've never had a corn dog from Sonic? Girl, Sonic corn dog with mustard and a grape slush. It is the bomb diggity dig. All right, I'm going to stop talking for real, y'all. I've been talking for an hour. Remember, self-care during PCS season, find something that brings you joy, that will help you remove that stress. Turn yourself on some music. Even if it's a little doom, 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 little ratchet. And then if you need to get you the Holy Ghost, you got to listen to a little testimony. It's all good. It's all good. Girl, yes. Angela, they are so good. So good. And Nashida, you don't know what you missing. Yeah. You don't know what you missing. The corn dog from Sonic. All right, folks. Have a good day. Thanks for tuning in, listening to my long, drawn-out ramble, but it's all good. Yes, self-care is caring for yourself. What that means to you. Girl, what you type? What that means to you, because it's called self-care. Nishita, I'm trying to read your comment. I'm like, self-care is caring for yourself. What that means to you, because it's called self-care. Whatever that means to you. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But no, y'all have a lovely, lovely afternoon. I'm like evening, because I'm used to being on here at 8 o'clock at night, but I'm on the East Coast. So, all right, y'all have a great day. See you later. Remember to know, be, and love who you are always. Goodbye. Good boy. I'm looking for my song. Okay. But I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to beat. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin. Just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin. Just spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not alone. I'm here with you. I think you owe it to this beautiful night to lose all your control. Do it for you. Let me shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to beat. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not alone. I'm here with you. I think you owe it to this beautiful night to lose all your control. Do it for you. Let me shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to beat. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to. All right, people. I think I'm gonna sit here in this library a little bit and look at these old pictures. If you just tuning in, I'm in my hometown And I'm looking at this old yearbook. And so I just came across, this was my junior year of high school. But I held an office in the drug-free club. I don't remember. Oh, I was the secretary. Yeah, okay. Like, I didn't remember what office I held, but I was the secretary. And so y'all gonna look at this with me. Let's see. This is quite interesting. I'm like, did I have a glow up? Or do I look about the same? Let's see. Let me find. So I was a junior in 1994. Yes, y'all. So right here, I was 16. 16 years old. So did I have a glow up or do I look about the same? That is so interesting. Wow, wow, wow. So now I'm going to dig through these other yearbooks and see if I can find any from grade school other than this one that I found from 3rd grade. That's just me. And then, oh, and that's just me. 3rd grade. Wow. Wow. All right, I'm gone for real. Have a good one. Bye.